welcome back everybody. Moving on to another question with polynomial functions. We have to take this quartic function and state the equation of it in factored form. So notice how we have this quartic function with x-intercepts -3 and 2, and it also goes through the point 1 and -2. So whenever you're stating an equation in factored form, what you always want to start with is the x-intercepts. So notice how there's an x-intercept of -3. So we know one of the brackets of the quartic function is going to be x plus 3. And then this x-intercept of +2, we know another bracket is going to be x minus 2. Right? So it's always x minus the x-intercept. So x minus -3 turns into x plus 3. And then +2 is just x minus that x-intercept of +2. So we have that, but notice how this is a quartic function. So that means it has a degree of 4. Notice how if we were to expand this, this would only be a quadratic. It would have a degree of 2. But if you notice from the graph, at these x-intercepts, what's happening is the function is bouncing off those x-intercepts, both of them, meaning that they both have to have an even order. And the order that they both have is 2. So because both of these factors are to the power of 2 at those x-intercepts, it means that the function is bouncing off. We went over that in the video when we discussed x-intercepts that have order, whether the order is odd, meaning it goes through the axis, or if it's even, it bounces off, like in this case. So we're done with that, but notice how there can be any number here. So we can maybe have like a 5, or we can have a -10. We don't know what number is going to be in front. So what we have to do is we have to solve for that a value in front. And we can do that with this point that we are given. The function is going through this point 1 and -2. So what we can do to solve for that a value in front is we can plug in -2 for the y and then 1 for the x, and then the a will be the only variable remaining. So if we do that, if we plug in -2 for y, we have this a here, plug in 1 for x, so we'd have 1 plus 3 squared, and then 1 minus 2 squared. So 1 plus 3 squared is 4 squared, which is 16. 1 minus 2 is -1. -1 squared is just +1, and this is going to be -2. So we'll end up having -2 equals, if we multiply all these out, 16a, divide both sides by 16. So a would be -2 over 16, and if you simplify that further, it would be -1 over 8. So our final equation is y equals -1 over 8, x plus 3 squared, x minus 2 squared. So that there is your final answer.